What's up, everybody? My name's Anthony,
And I'm Chris.
and this is Red, White, and Blue Life. We're coming to you today with a special episode. We're going to do kind of a year recap of all of the news and things that have happened.
It's a pretty wild year.
It's been an interesting one. We keep getting ones like that. I'm kind of ready for just a calm, relaxed year. It's not going to happen.
Not for a while. I don't know if it'll ever happen again.
No. But we can hope. Maybe we'll win the lottery.
Ooh. That if you don't hear from us in another week or so.
Or if the studio becomes increasingly nicer.
That's probably the more likely option.
Yes. That'd probably be it. Because this is still fun. Even though no one watches, it's still fun.
It is.
If you're new here and you got here from the TikTok we're planning on releasing after this, welcome. We should probably start off with that topic.
Yeah.
All right. So let's jump right into it, guys. I was scrolling through TikTok as I do on my...
Is it your pre-bed ritual?
It's my pre-bed ritual. It's my...
Pooping ritual?
Pro-poop ritual. It's my...
I think it really helps with gastric motility.
It helps with a lot of things. Anyways, I'm scrolling through TikTok, right? And I see this guy. I'm going to try to put up an overlay right now. If it works, cool. If not, I'll cut this part out.
Don't hold your breath.
No, yeah. But anyways, it's this doctor. And he is sitting in front of this screenshot that he took. And the screenshot is a post from Twitter by B&O Newsroom that shows a bunch of COVID cases or COVID facts that are new for the day. Okay. And so I watched this video. It's a doctor, and I wanted to see what was going on and what it was about. And I noticed a couple things while watching this TikTok. One, he keeps his head in this very specific spot the entire time. He shows so if you didn't see it or if you're listening to just the audio or whatever, it's a list of, it says new cases, average, states reporting, in hospital, ICU, and then there's a couple other ones. And it hides these bottom two topics or data points. And he never moves his head away from them. He doesn't show what's there, doesn't talk about them. He just kind of scrolls over them.
They don't help his points that he's trying to make.
We'll get there. So the new cases, of course, went up a lot. Well, and there's a lot of reasons for this. We have the Omicron variant, of course, which is new. And also it was the Christmas weekend, so there was back reporting of cases, and there was a lot of things that led to it. But the new cases on the post that he specifically showed, there was 199,281 new cases. The average new cases week to week has been 189,000, so that's up 4,000 from the previous week. There was only 20 states reporting in this, so he did note that
not even half the state.
That not even half were reporting. So in his terms, he said that this data is even worse than what's portrayed in the image that he shows. Next is in hospital. There's 70,000, which is about 70,229. Yes, in hospital admissions for COVID. It's 358 cases higher than the week before. So, and he stops there and he talks about how, it seems like people aren't getting as sick, and he kind of touches on it briefly, but overall he says that with the number of infections that are going on, there's still the same amount of people in the hospital because the infection rate is so much higher. There's still the same number showing up to the hospital just as sick, and we should be just as worried about it. So I saw this TikTok and I was like, wow, that's some interesting stuff.
Then you fact.
And I was like, yo, what's behind homeboy's head, right? So I go to my Twitter and I search up B&O Newsroom, and the things that he's hiding are ICU patients.
Which is the most significant one for me.
For sure. ICU deaths.
No. The ICU admissions affect us more so than deaths.
I'm talking about as I'm
not
talking work.
Okay.
I'm not talking about work. I'm talking just as a disease in general. Okay, so ICU admissions, 16,466, which is down 136. Relatively small number, but down.
Right direction.
New deaths, 1,057. in that week.
Then do they have a?
The
Is that plus or?
average is 1,231, which
So,
so
it stayed the same.
the deaths went down by 166, with only 20 states reporting. So all these numbers are going up, except for the two most important ones: death rates and ICU. Right.
Okay.
So I was like, what? Well, this is weird. Why is he not talking about that? So then I went deeper and I clicked into the link that B&O Newsroom shows, and it's even worse than that. So I searched on B&O's page, and they've
What's
been...
BNO stand for?
I'm not sure.
No.
But I'm just saying that's the site that he used. It's a news source of some kind. And I'm looking through these other numbers, and I noticed that B&O tends they're showing less and less information on each post up to today. New cases, they still show. Average cases, they're still showing. Number of states in hospital, ICU, they're showing all these things, but they aren't showing the change from the previous week anymore. They're starting to leave that information out. So I click on news nodes to figure out what that means and why. Okay. I don't know where News Nodes gathers this information or why B&O News decided that this was the most reputable way to gather this, to produce. But it's crazy the amount of change that's going on.
Yeah, but I don't even know if it's honestly that worth reporting if not even half the states are in.
It's really not, but there's still a reason for all of this. So the numbers as of today, the cases, total cases, we went to 53,578,713 total cases since COVID started, which I think is an arbitrary number as well. There's no other disease in the fucking world that we count from patient zero. Never. We don't do that. It resets every year, just like the flu season resets every year. We don't do that. We don't have an arbitrary number that we just continuously add on for.
You don't think we have a total number of amount of people that have AIDS?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think it's probably estimated.
But AIDS is also a lifelong disease.
Yeah.
Like once you get it, you have it for life. You're going to die from it.
Well, unless you're rich.
Unless you're rich. But anyways, then we go to deaths. Total deaths. Completely in the United States, 822,771.
One more time.
822,771. So that's up, or that's a total of 2,623 new cases this week, which is down 10.5% from last week.
That's good.
That's good news. This is good news. Tests, and people are saying, well, people aren't testing as much anymore. Tests are up 13.22%. That's not including the people that are testing at home and the asymptomatic people who don't get tested at all.
Is this still with half the states reporting?
No, this is with more states. I'll find it. But continuing on, testing is up 13.22%. That's not counting at-home testing where you don't submit your results. And that's not counting the people who are asymptomatic that don't test at all.
Okay.
So the new cases is probably much higher than the 3,186,712 that they reported that are new from this week.
That makes sense.
The cases are way higher. So basically what we have is a disease now that's become the dominant disease, taking over all of the previous ones because it spreads faster, it's easier, and it doesn't kill its host, so it just continues to spread.
Right.
This is good news. This is good.
It's almost like that doesn't drive clicks to your page, though.
It doesn't drive clicks to your page. My big thing with this is if you're gonna play that game and you're still going to be pissed off about the numbers, that's fine. You have a right to be pissed off about the numbers. That many cases is a shitty number of cases. That sounds shitty. Everybody would like it to go down, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nobody who wants COVID to get worse. We're ready to get back to normal
unless
life.
you own stock in news companies.
Like B&O News?
Maybe.
But for general consensus, nobody wants this stuff to get worse. And now we have a variant that's taking over that and making it to where we don't even have these other variances. Australia reported a month after Omicron was discovered, their first Omicron death a month later, and they had to retract it.
So it's 0.
So it's 0. They had to retract it because dude was 80, had a bunch of other things, and they couldn't say for 100% fact that he died from
He died
Omicron.
with.
Yes.
Oh, okay, not from.
They didn't know if it was a with or a from. So, I mean, even these deaths that are reported now, we don't know which. I mean, somebody knows. How we're going to find that information, I don't know. But these could
interesting
still
to
be
see
from
how
Delta.
they determine what it's from.
Well, I'm sure it's just, during the process after death. The fuck is that called?
Right, but I'm saying, is it the autopsy or the...
Yeah, that's it.
But
So they probably do the autopsy, determine the actual mechanism of death, whether that was from, hypoxia
right,
or
but
whatever.
if, say you have a bunch of other comorbidities, and that the Omicron or COVID in general just exacerbates it, technically it's a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B, so it's where... I wonder if it automatically falls into that category of death from COVID because that's what.
I mean, probably.
Worse. I'm just kind of curious what the criteria is for
death from COVID versus death with COVID.
Yeah, I know they changed it last year.
I mean, I wouldn't be against when COVID makes your comorbidities worse. That's death from COVID. I wouldn't be against that. I thought it was a little sketch when they were like, this dude got in a car accident. He had COVID. COVID death.
Yeah,
that was a little rough. I
don't
know if that was real or not, but
that was definitely going around for a while.
That was a rumor. But anyways, my point with all of this is if you want to play this game, if you want to be mad about the numbers and you want to be focused and say your point, at least present all of the data available. Don't be a dick and keep your head against over the 2 pieces of information behind you that really show what's going on. Just give everybody the full list of information and let them make their own decision. If you want to speak your opinion and guide them, fine, do it. But
I'll give them doctors are smart.
Doctors are super smart.
Super smart.
I sent you another TikTok earlier today from a doctor on the other side of the spectrum.
I've read that one, the hypertension and the diabetes.
Yeah, so he was a doctor who posted TikTok. I'll post him up here too if I figure that shit out. Probably not, but we'll try. And he said that what he's noticed, he's an ICU doctor who works in the COVID ICU specifically. He specializes in that since COVID started. And he said what he sees is people with type 2 diabetes, hypertension, and obesity. These guys are the ones that are ending up in the ICU. And he says that not for everybody, but for a lot of people, these diseases are caused from lifestyle choices. So he wants to help bring awareness to things that you can do to make yourself healthier. So if you catch COVID, it's just like a cold. You don't end up in these ICUs.
Yeah, that's from day one though.
But that's not what anyone's focused on.
No.
And it also really, really, we locked down the whole world for a disease that's mostly killing people who are older than life expectancy.
Yeah, but
which
sucks. I mean, you should protect them. They're a vulnerable population.
For sure. But
I don't know if you shut down your whole economy for
no.
You just do your best to protect them.
Do your best to protect them by protect the people who need protected, but let everyone else just live their life. And if you want to take the risk and go see your 93-year-old grandma and you got COVID, well, guess what? You fucked up. But why do I got to stay in my house?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Get yourself one of these Oculuses. Do some VR shit with grandma, I just got an Oculus.
Can you imagine if she put those on?
She's probably shit.
Brain would probably explode.
Before or after the COVID.
Can't handle that sort of immersion.
Can't handle the juice. Anyways, I'm going to get off my high horse on that one. I just think...
that's what the show's about. We're just trying to show both sides. I mean, just down the middle. I mean, obviously everyone has their bias, but at least have an informed decision when you make your choices.
For sure. And it's just... Sometimes you have to go out on your own and find the information for yourself and not just believe what everyone's
Would that
feeding
take you
to
actually
3
3 minutes?
Yeah,
probably
dude.
just to click some links.
I sent you the links.
And you're
as I
pooping.
found
You
them.
have nothing else to do.
I wasn't even pooping, bro.
Dang.
I was just scrolling. I was just on my recliner scrolling. And then within 5 minutes, I found out that this guy's... He has his point, and his point's not invalid, but it's just you're keeping the rest of the information from people, which could lead other people to a different conclusion.
That's not the one he's trying to put forward.
Right. He's just showing the facts that support his idea.
Right.
Instead of all of the facts. And I'm a big supporter of showing all of the facts. And you can still speak your opinion, but at least then the people who you're speaking to don't feel like you're being a dick and like trying to lead them in a certain
Right.
direction. Because
No,
that's what I got. That's what I felt. I felt like he was trying to make me feel worse about COVID. When the rest of the data, what I drew from it was, overall, this could possibly be a very good thing for COVID and society as a whole.
No, absolutely not. I mean, especially if the rates are going up, but deaths are going down, that means more people are going to catch it, not die. Hopefully, it don't overwhelm hospital systems. But even admissions are going down.
Have you felt a difference at work?
Nah, not really. We had a couple bad nights, but they were just sick people though in general.
Yeah, there's been a lot of really, really sick people coming in, but
I got
overall,
a-
the COVID people,
I got
there's a lot of them, but like,
Most were doing monoclonal.
yeah, and they
The
just come in
antibodies.
for that. Like most of them don't even need that, and they come.
They
in
won't
for it.
take
It's
the
just-
they won't take the vaccine
no,
because they don't know what's in it.
right. But the
However,
monoclonal antibodies,
they'll
fucking
read
damn.
through a safety pamphlet I have to give them.
I haven't even seen anyone read it, bro.
No, they're just like, give it to me. It's a little experimental. They're like, give it to me.
Yes.
And I don't know. I feel even then, worst case, like, I wouldn't, like, if I was 16, I had those symptoms. Even now, like, my wife wouldn't let me go to the emergency department for some of the symptoms that people are abusing the hospital system for.
100%.
That's the reason why we have so many people in there and waits are so long. It's not. I would say the minority of it is actual.
Like,
But that hasn't really changed though. It's always been
it's always been that way.
a lot to a little.
And I don't know. I feel like if they really want to make this monoclonal thing an actual thing, they should set up like clinics for it. Don't use the hospitals. Don't use the ERs, because there are really sick people. There are sick people out there, whether COVID, heart failure, whatever it
I know,
is.
especially because I think my theory is a lot of people missed out on that whole year of going to elective surgeries, checkups with their doctor, and it's all catching up with them now.
100%.
And we're getting
And a lot of my sickest patients don't have COVID right now.
no.
That's what I've noticed. Like, I mean, I'm saying that there's like an even ratio to it. There's a lot of them that have nothing to do with COVID, but they're just as sick or sicker than the COVID patients that I have.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I mean, it could be different for you, but I can't remember the last time I had an intubated COVID patient in the ER.
I had 2 last week, but I mean,
It's different for everybody.
not intubated though. The one was on BiPAP.
BiPAP's different.
But
Sometimes you can tell their head.
yeah. At that moment, they were on BiPAP.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's unfortunately, in some people, it does hit them hard.
Yeah.
And shoot, I had something.
That's with everything.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But it's real. I mean, now we're not minimizing the like effect that it has on some people. I mean, I had to prone. We tried. Were you there for that?
I saw it down the hall. I saw it.
We were trying to prone a patient in the ED because the ICU is full. When we don't have the proning beds, and
I don't think no hospitals were prepared for that. Every hospital had like 1 or 2 of those. Nobody needed prone before COVID.
I've never seen it.
I've seen it once. One time, and it was in clinicals. So not once in the last 5 years.
Mm,
I don't work in the ICU.
that's true.
But
Well, sometimes we
I do know that
when
hospitals
when
have,
the ED turns ICU.
but even then, we have very, very low supply of those rotoprone beds. They're beds that will turn you from your back, from a supine position, over to your stomach in the bed, which is really odd to think of. We just lay them on their stomach if we have to prone them. That's
But
just
it's
what
hard
it
when you
goes.
know they're intubated and everything.
Yeah, it is.
So
But
that's
once again, in recap, just do your own research. Do your own.
even don't listen to what we say.
Yeah, no.
Don't listen. We're people. Make your own opinions. Do your own. It's not even research. It's just a glossary search of.
I clicked on the links that they provided.
Right. It's not
I didn't even have
it's
to
not
do
like
the
we're,
work.
Yeah, it's not even doing like a scholarly paper.
They fed it to me, and I followed the trail. And
So, moral of the story is, just check sources.
don't believe what you see. And if you do happen to be one of those people who wants to push your side of the, your agenda or your personal views out there, at least give people the full realm of facts.
All right. So on to a happier topic. How was?
Happier?
Oh,
Christmas.
we
is
made
over.
it through the year.
Yeah, and Christmas is over. Did
Christmas
you have a
is
good
over.
Christmas?
I did.
good.
Nice and relaxed. didn't have to work on Christmas.
That's good. You asshole. I did. He got canceled. I
Listen.
had to go in. I got pushed back though. Greg was pissed.
Oh, really?
Oh, he was so mad. We were. It was not a fun night.
No. See, here's the thing. When that low census text comes out at about 4:30, the time I wake up,
That's the first time I've ever seen it.
I have the fastest texting hands this side of the Mississippi.
You must, because dude, I was in the shower. I heard the beep. My wife called me, which I assumed was the 2-minute reminder for the text. So within 2 minutes, I go to my phone and I grab it and I read the text. I'm like, fuck. And I call. Boom. And she's like, I already canceled your friend Chris. That motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm the Wyatt Earp of like of getting that low census call.
You had to wake up.
I am quick on the
You had to wake up
phone.
within 1 minute of receiving that text and respond. I don't know how you did it.
So it was good. Got to spend some time with family.
Yeah, that's nice.
New Year's. I'm not big on New Year's. I don't really care if I work or not.
I'm
but
gonna work.
The Christmas I like. It was the first one with your baby. How was that?
It was cool, man.
Got some good pictures I saw.
Yeah, cool pictures. She just wanted to eat the presents, bro. That's it. Like with the wrapping paper, she didn't give a shit. She just wanted to play with the paper.
She don't know.
I mean, she's 6 months old. What do you expect? It was fun though. It was cool.
What about the year in general, though? We survived another year.
We did survive another year,
The country didn't collapse, and
we didn't split yet.
we still have a government. We still have one government.
Right. We still have one guy.
We still have the United States of America.
There's been a lot of talk. I mean, not any serious talk by government people, but I've seen people on both sides saying that the U.S. should just split up.
I don't know if the government we have is the right for the amount of people that we have and the diversity of ideas. That's going to be.
Did you see what Biden said yesterday during his address? Okay, I only saw a clip of it. So, once again, this goes back to I should have watched the whole video, but he said this one specific thing that was like a little fucked up. He said, "And to my Republican guys across the aisle, you better be ready, because 2022 is not going to be fun." Something to that aspect, which, of course, the right side of people just fucking freaked out about on TikTok. But that shouldn't be how you address your country.
No.
From either side.
I'm
Like, if you want to address people for being scummy, like, fucking address them for being scummy. That's whatever. But just to completely disregard half of your country, at that point, we might as well split. Just saying. Like, I think we talked about it on one episode before. Texas. Yeah, we'll have to relocate. That's the shittiest part about the whole thing.
No, Phoenix is pretty trash.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying,
uproot
like,
your
that
whole
would be.
life.
Just imagine trying to like shift half the country, because we're not giving them both the coast. Fuck that. They don't deserve both the coasts. We gotta take one.
Yeah, just for at least shipping purposes. Well, Texas is kind of on the coast.
But I mean, Florida or I don't want California. I think they fucked it up too bad.
I mean, I like California. I just don't like.
I don't like the politics there.
It's beautiful though. Minus all the bums.
I feel like Arizona is pretty moderate, except for when it comes to gun laws. Like, as far as the way our laws work overall.
Right. Well, it's actually not so bad outside like of the L.A., San Diego. I mean, it's better than New Jersey, Connecticut, New York. But not great. And that's not Arizona.
No, it's not Arizona or Texas.
So let's go. Let's recap the year.
Okay.
Let's do some quick blurbs about it. Let's start off with January, the most peaceful insurrection in the history of insurrections.
So there's more information coming out on that too. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw they're trying to release documents and.
No, there was a guy.
A guy?
A guy.
What did he do?
He was one guy. He was videotaped multiple times, telling people, "We have to go to the Capitol, and after Donald Trump speaks, we're going to the Capitol." And he happens to be also, so he's seen the night before, yelling at a group of people saying, "We're going to the Capitol tomorrow, and you know what? It might get me arrested, but we should go inside the Capitol." He yells this, and the crowd.
I feel it's like one of those plans you make when you're drunk, and you wake up and you're like, probably not such a hot idea.
Unless you want a bunch of people to do some shit, right? So he's taped the night before doing that, and then the day of Donald Trump's speech. And the day of the insurrection, he's taped at Donald Trump's speech saying, "When Donald Trump's done speaking, we go to the Capitol." Same dude, right? Same outfit, same dude.
This is not the guy with the horns, though.
No, this is not him. And then he says, "We're going to the Capitol after Donald Trump speaks." Okay. He dips out early. And then he's caught on tape at the barricades. No one knows what he said, but he's whispering in the ear of the first person to break the barricade down, seconds before he did it. He's next to him, he's talking to him, and then everybody rushes to brace down the barricades. Turns out, this guy ends up on the FBI's most wanted list.
Ooh,
and then
spicy.
Disappears. Completely gone.
That's
You
what
know
I would do
why?
if I was on the FBI's most wanted list.
You know why? No. Taken off the most wanted list and everything.
Oh,
He's a fucking Fed.
really?
Yes.
What's he do? What?
He works for the...
Oh, you gotta
Oh,
fact
my
check this
I've
live.
seen this one everywhere, though. I believe this one. What the fuck
So
was
he's
his
not wanted
name?
anymore.
No, he's not wanted anymore. And he was approached by some people not news people, like just fucking people. They found him and knew where he lived, and they went to his house and taped him. And he was on a little golf cart, and he's like, hey, like, how come you're not, in jail like the rest of the people from the insurrection? Why are you out here? Like, you were on tape inciting this shit the whole time. He's like, I can't talk about it. Turns off. So either he flipped or he was a Fed. Further investigation showed he was a Fed. So
Interesting.
he was planted there to help incite this.
The plot thickens.
Did you know? We talked about it once. The governor that was...
Michigan.
fucking...
The one that tried to get
No, the one who got
kidnapped?
kidnapped.
Or
No,
tried to get
Governor
kidnapped.
Whitmer.
And they were all feds in there too.
They were all half of the group was fucking Feds.
Did you ever see the Spider-Man meme where they're like pointing at each other? I picture that's like the ATF, FBI.
Like, can you really...
I'm a Fed. No, I'm a Fed. Yeah. But I mean, that's going to be any, like, all militias and stuff had federal agents in them now. Like, they're not getting away with much, especially when you try to
But it's just
kidnap a governor in a hatchback. Like, your plan can't be too well thought out.
Obviously. But the fucked up part is that was probably mostly the Feds' plan. Because they wanted everybody to get caught. So they're not going to come up with some fucking
That's true.
diabolical plan that's going to get away with them, fucking actually kidnapping
That's
a
true.
governor and killing her. Like,
That's true.
um,
Yeah, so that was the big January
The
speech.
insurrection. yeah. Start on the next one. I'm going to
Yeah.
find this dude.
Next up, we got February. We have the stolen election conspiracy theories coming out. They had...
Is that when the Arizona audit ended? Was that in February? Was it that long
no,
ago?
I think it was later.
No,
than-
it had to be way
Yeah, it
longer
was way
than that.
later.
That was like 2 months after the election.
So everyone saw like the jump in votes after the polls closed. Next morning, Democratic votes were way higher than when they went to bed. Whole bunch of theories coming out of that.
Ray Epps.
Ray Epps.
Ray Epps was his name.
Probably still is his name.
Yes. And he is... Okay. So, he wasn't employed. He was an informant. So, they must have had... All right. So, I retracted my employment
See,
part.
there, yeah, that's why you don't
But-
trust people.
Right. But... No, I actually knew this, but I forgot. Is that you?
Yes.
I actually knew this, but I forgot. He is he was an informant, still sent there by the FBI
Informant for
to
who?
do. He was an FBI.
I mean,
informant.
informant on what?
I don't really know, but he was just a known. Like, he has a known relationship. Like, he is an informant for the FBI. I mean, how publicly known that was before all this, who knows? But yes.
Interesting. Well, that's one way to get out of a charge.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they can't
Yeah.
charge him for it.
Yep. So February we got back to the stolen election. I think we were dealing with that effects for months. People arguing over that, the validity of mail-in ballots, the validity of the actual one of the boxes. Who was the company that just won the lawsuit for the voting machines? Drawing a blank because I'm in the hot seat. All right, good talk.
I'm sorry. I'm stuck on this.
What was the name of the
my
voting
gosh.
booths that they won the lawsuit, saying that they manipulated votes and stuff like that?
I don't know.
And not all I don't think I haven't heard one good real conspiracy theory that actually had evidence of like voter fraud or tampering to a significant extent. There's errors in every election, but there was not anything significant in this election. It was just Trump running his mouth.
I don't know if I agree with that. I don't
We
think
did a whole episode on it.
I know we did, and I still am sticking to my conclusion on that. And it's not that I think that there was enough found to show that Trump won over him. That's not what I think. I think that there was enough found to show that the way elections are handled and the way that the voting machines were handled and the record keeping and all, there was a lot of shit wrong.
That's the same. Nothing
could lead to manipulation of findings.
Maybe in the future, but as of now, the numbers just weren't there for me. But you can come to your own conclusion. Go back to our previous episode. We have all the stats up there that we talk about and discuss. Let's see. March. The Ever Given stuck in the canal. Was it Suez Canal?
Yeah.
That jammed up stuff all over the world. That's such an embarrassing thing to do as a captain. Like, imagine.
Did you see the picture?
Yeah.
It's like diagonal, big ass ship in this
like,
tiny.
that's gotta be embarrassing. And you're just,
Super.
and everyone in the world,
And
knows your
especially
name.
such an important section of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how a lot of things get across.
Especially you got like already logical issues or logistical issues because of COVID. Now you have it because you can't even get ships through there. Let's see. That was a big one. Backed everything up for a while. April, Chauvin found guilty. That was to be expected.
That was to be expected. Was that case public?
I don't remember. I know the end of it when they released it. It wasn't a crazy.
Well, no, that's what people wanted.
Yeah, I mean that was to be expected. That was pretty rough.
That was rough.
May was my birthday. Got to work
Nice.
for that, so it was interesting.
You worked on your birthday?
Yeah. Also, the Texas abortion law.
Oh, yeah, that was a big one.
That was a big one.
Did an episode on that one as well. That's going to be heard by the Supreme Court in 2020.
They were
2022.
They already heard it.
They already heard it. That's
Yeah,
they're
gonna
ruled on
yeah
in 2022.
April. So it's gonna be interesting on that.
April's going to be a big month next year.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about our predictions here at the end of this, but that was pretty big, especially because Texas, Mississippi, all just losing their minds.
For sure. And I still stand by that as well. The implications of that law being found as constitutional is going to be... I don't think they should. I think they should throw that out.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't...
Not even that because I support abortion, but based on like that law could be used
for
in
anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
And it would get real messy real quick.
Yeah, it's not good practice. Let's see what else we got. June
was nothing.
Nothing. July, we got the Big D, the Delta.
Oh, yes. That's when Delta came out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the federal government decided they were going to mandate vaccines.
July. Yeah?
Yeah.
And then, was that but that was OSHA putting it out, right?
So it was Biden's idea, Biden's plan, but OSHA was supposed to regulate it and enforce it. But OSHA came out themselves and said that it was going to be practically impossible.
Yeah, and it turned out
to regulate. And it turned out that way. And I think, it turned out that was not allowed.
That was a contentious month. August.
That was kind of interesting. Governor Cuomo stepped down. And this wasn't the big news.
Is it true he has his nipples pierced?
I would put it past him.
Have you seen that picture? Yeah.
Is it a picture of him with his shirt off and his nipples pierced?
No, it's his shirt on.
With nipple piercing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Protrusion.
I'm sure DuckDuckGo has this. Let's see how their
images.
No, he's wearing a white shirt. He's like these.
If that's him, that's fucking
cross barbells.
Oh man, if that's.
Oh yeah, look at this. Oh man, he's a freak.
I'll post this if I can. If I figure it out. It's like the third time I said it.
There's no way you're getting around that.
Nah, his nipples are
At least if you're in a public, you gotta like wear a wife beater or something.
Yeah, dude. Even that, I don't think would have hidden those fucking monstrous things.
But, oh man, not impressing.
I mean,
anyone.
not like he's not allowed to.
No.
But it doesn't like support you when you get thrown down like for sexual assault charges.
It's like having face tattoos. Like, it doesn't really change your character.
No, it doesn't change who you are.
However, people are going to think differently about you.
Yes. Even tattoos, I mean, they're becoming more acceptable now. But tattoos in general automatically change your immediate perception of somebody.
Yeah, especially anything in this general region.
I don't know, dude. I kind of like neck tattoos. I think I might someday have a neck tattoo.
Full neck?
Dude. Full neck? I don't know. I just, something about the way certain ones, it's pretty fucking basic, but I'm going to use this as an example. Like sometimes people have like wings or something that wraps around. I don't know. Just the way it perfectly outlines a neck, it looks fucking cool to me. I'm not going to do wings. I wouldn't do that. But I'm not
Get
saying
your last name across your chest. Or across your neck.
My dad used to say, people, I should probably keep that.
Let's see what else we got. We got the Taliban starting to take over.
See, that was the biggest news.
I feel that wasn't even reported on.
No, it wasn't. But of the month, that was the biggest news. I didn't know that the Taliban had officially taken over Afghanistan at this point in the year.
Yeah.
It didn't really get big until...
It never got big until they lost the airport.
Right, until we started to withdraw.
We didn't
and made a plan.
advertise that we were losing ground all over the country.
No.
Let's see. We moved on to September. Booster came out.
That's when we officially withdrew as well.
Yeah. Well, most of us
September
withdrew.
10th. Well, I mean, the people who we could get out.
Well, people that we chose to get out. Could have got everyone out.
We could, yeah.
So, still a little too soon, but there's actually still, oh man, what's his name? Tim Kennedy and...
Are they still getting people out on their own?
Mm-hmm.
Respectable, man. If I could, I would, but then again, I don't know if I could say that either. I think I would if I could.
I forget where I read it, but they were solid. They were talking about what they had to do to get out there. They just pretty much just up and like one guy was started off on his interpreter. They just want to go back and save him, and they turned into let's get everyone out. And they had planes donated to them, and it was wild.
I mean, it was something that should have been done by the government in the first place. We should have never done. We should have never left like that, and I still stick on that.
Let's see. Then we moved on to October. The pilot strike / not strikes.
Yeah.
So I don't think they ever officially released the real cause of why all those pilots or all those cancellations.
It seemed like officially, since they couldn't actually strike due to their the union, they didn't go on strike.
So it's
they
the
all
same
just
as
called
like
it
police
sick.
and firefighters, like the blue flu. They just call out because it's not officially a strike.
Exactly.
Makes sense. That was a big deal. A lot of people getting. They just had a lot of cancels for Southwest, I believe, too. Or was it Delta?
I think it was South.
I think it was Delta. Had a
just this last weekend for Christmas,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
I don't know.
That was due from
probably weather.
What they said was COVID cases.
Oh.
Because of the spike in COVID cases, they canceled flights.
November, the big O.
The big O.
We had Omicron getting released, and that's
when it was first discovered.
Yeah. I guess they didn't release it. It mutated, and here we are. But it's actually not the worst news. High.
It depends on who you are.
High infectious rate, low mortality rate. Well,
it sounds like good news to me.
But yeah. Kyle Rittenhouse.
Oh, yes. That did happen. So before this show, we decided to search the big news of the year. And I was surprised to see that this one didn't show up. Nobody listed this as a major headline, but it literally made national news for...
It still is?
Weeks.
Yeah.
And it's still...
I think he's going to make some news here next year as well.
Yeah, I don't think he's going away. Not for a little bit. He'll make his money, then he's going to disappear.
That's what I would do.
For sure. Just like what we're going to do if we win the lottery. Except for this.
Yeah, this will be the same. But it'll be from an undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location in the mountains of Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota for sure.
That's what it will be.
Yeah. And now December. December. So we did have our loans deferred again, as I predicted. The only thing Biden ran on, and people are calling for those to be forgiven pretty harshly.
Yeah. And I'm stuck on that one too, because I have student loans. So of course I would be like, I'd be cool with them just wiping them away. But at the same time, I don't like the idea of forcing my debt upon everyone else's. I don't think we should be able to just do that.
Right. I mean,
So-
we did took it out knowing what was it was for and what we were accruing.
Right. So, I mean,
however,
if they make me have to pay it, I'm gonna fucking pay it. Like, I'm not mad about it.
yeah,
I always intended to.
I like the extra money in my bank account every month.
But I'm not mad about it.
No.
If they wipe it.
But I did see some interesting. I think I talked about it last week, but some interesting ideas like if they do wipe out the whatever up to say up to 50K loans, that for the people that did pay it back or people that didn't take out loans, I think it'd be fair to them is the best one I heard so far was some sort of tax credit or bill on the your taxes every year for like next 5-10 years, and then you get so much back to equal the 50,000 that you'd end up saving. I think it would be pretty huge.
Yeah, no, I think I agree with that.
Anything to get more money back into the economy.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially with gas prices at $4. Oof.
But thanks, Joe Biden, for that 2 cents.
And that was a callback to an earlier episode.
Guess what? So go back and watch that if you'd like. Have you noticed that they've been going down a little bit though?
Gas price?
Yeah.
I mean, marginally. Not where I want to see. I want to see that at
Absolutely
like
not.
215.
Were we ever at 215?
I mean, in the 90s. I want to make the 90s make 90s gas prices great again.
If we can just get to like pre-Biden prices, I'd be happy. Even if it went up a little bit, I wouldn't be super upset.
No, but $4 was a kick in the nuts. Especially that was in my wife's car. It only takes like 15 gallons in our truck. It's a hit.
It cost me like $120 to fill up last time.
Yeah, it stings.
Especially
However,
because I waited for it to get all the way
if we
down.
get on that Tesla truck,
No, I think I would
Bessie
wait
and
for
a Tessie.
4 doors more horse.
Hey, the new Ford electric truck's not bad.
No.
However, super expensive.
I'm
Like
sure.
70K.
70K. I mean, it's same as a Raptor.
Yeah, I don't have a Raptor
I don't have a
either.
Raptor. Oh man.
All right.
Or a Platinum.
So, yeah, I don't get any of that. I'm not bougie.
I'm a little bougie.
Yeah, we know you're bougie. All right. So next year predictions. What do you think is going to go on in this year?
News-wise, I'm excited to see all the Supreme Court decisions that come out. They heard a lot of big cases. Gun laws.
Specifically, the gun ones would be most
The abortion
applicable
ones.
to
I'm
me.
curious. I'm not excited for that. It's not going to affect me.
I'm just.
Hopefully,
happy
it doesn't affect our daughters.
I still got 2 months left.
Until
You
have
mean
a daughter.
until she gets to choose?
Oh,
I guess.
goddamn! No, that's whoa.
See where we're
No,
going with
it's not.
that. I was like going with that.
I don't know.
So I'm actually interested if they're going to carve out something about a constitutional right to have an abortion that's not outlined in the 14th Amendment.
With the hardest part about it is trying to draw the line at where it's
Right.
a life versus
Yeah.
not.
So I'm interested to see what they.
We talk a lot about that. You want to go hear about our abortion talks? We look in our previous videos. We talk about it a lot.
What else do you think is gonna just some maybe political, whatever? What do you think is gonna happen this year?
I'm excited to see the Neuralink thing. I don't know why.
There's a 0% chance that would ever get near my brain.
Dude, I don't know. See,
Dude, what if an EMP blast hits
bro,
and you're just gonna die? China's gonna release a nuclear weapon in
It
our lower atmosphere, and an EMP blast will wipe out the whole state.
I
and
hate
you'll be
to
dead,
think
dude.
like this, but like I am just one man that has a handful of guns that can do nothing against a drone or an EMP or a tank or a fucking jet or anything. If the government wanted me gone, I'd be gone. Easy.
Right,
I'm a soft target by far.
right.
Maybe not if you knock on my front door, but that's about as far as it goes, right? So, like, we either get to live with this technology and use it for the fun and the stuff that we can do, or be scared of it and run from it.
It's not being scared. As they saying the same with the vaccine. You just don't want to be the first. I don't want to be the first one to get anything. Whether it's
if Elon Musk pays me for it, I'll do it.
how much?
I don't know. And it depends on how I don't think I want to be the first, like number one, patient zero. I don't know about that. But I can't say I wouldn't be willing to join the trials for the right price.
Dang. Reckless. Yeah.
Dude, I just imagine
mean,
like controlling shit with my mind.
he's
I feel like a
pretty-
fucking magician.
He's a pretty controversial guy as well.
Right. His cell phone should be coming out next year.
Oh, I didn't know
He's doing a lot.
The
yeah.
Starlink's pretty neat though.
Well, his cell
China
phone.
just got
you'll have to
poopy
look
with
it up.
him with the Starlink.
I'm sure. So his cell phone is called the Tesla Pi phone.
Pi?
Pi. Delta or
Uh-uh.
Delta. The fuck.
I know what you mean.
Pi. It's going to be solely run on Starlink. It's going to be solar charged. The ability to be solar charged, changes colors on its own. It's got a whole bunch. Connects directly to Neuralink. Of course, it can mine cryptocurrencies itself. I mean, it's fucking. It would.
That sounds pretty neat. Will it beat the iPhone?
I mean, the people are saying it will, but I mean, there's a lot of diehard.
I'm a Apple fanboy, but I'm all in on that phone.
I mean, we're recording this on an iPhone, using an iPad to watch the screen in front of our 2 Max with my Apple Watch on.
Yeah.
So I can't say I'd be first in line for this Pi phone, but I can't say I would never touch it.
I mean, I don't mind the Apple, but the Windows phone back in 2013.
No, that was trash, bro.
No. It was trash because there's no apps for it. But the phone itself, camera was good. The apps loaded super fast. It was touchscreen.
My dad had that phone.
Yeah, I had it too. I loved it. But
it was
then
fucking rough.
I looked poor because I had green messages. You know what I mean?
Gotta get those blue messages.
Yeah. If you don't have
If
iMessages,
someone texts me and it's a green message, fuck this person.
Yeah.
It's trash.
Nope.
I'm just kidding.
Let's see what else we got. I'm interested to see the public's reaction here on Fauci coming up. The number one best-selling book right now on Amazon is The Real Anthony Fauci, Bill Gates, Big Pharma, and the Global War on Democracy and Public Health.
Did he ever get on Epstein's plane?
I don't know. He's been around for the last 50 years. I mean, he's been all advisors to all the presidents since
I'm just waiting to see if that comes out.
Reagan. That's what happened in December too. Was
I
like
don't
this
like
lane thing that no one's talking
Well,
about.
it's because it's not over.
Well, it's about to be over. I think I just heard closing remarks for it. Those are super fast one.
I'd probably follow it a lot closer if it was public.
Yeah, but
Out of sight, out of mind. Maybe there's a reason for that.
I think so. I'm interested to think not just him in general, but how all this, like the controversial topic of these mandates and everything is going to pan out for the next year or two, and
For
then
sure.
moving on to that in 2024, how that's going to affect voter turnout and who's going to be running.
Yeah.
Because I think the Republicans are going to have a big swing their way. So that's my prediction.
I think that's going to happen this year, 2022. For sure.
Probably.
I think then we're going to be in a stalemate for the next 2 years. And then really it's going to be a coin flip on who wins the next election, which side. It depends on which face they put there. Because I don't see anybody promising from the Democrats. Everyone seems way too left. So it's going to be another voting against election.
Just
Like not voting
as
for
not-
your guys.
not
I'm just
Biden.
voting against your guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough to motivate the
It
masses.
is.
All right.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for 2021. It was a good year. We started this. We were shitty at it. And we plan on getting better next year.
Yeah, what's our New Year's resolution?
New Year's resolution.
Hit
TikTok.
250 followers.
That'd be super cool. I also want to hit 1,000 followers on TikTok so we can fucking argue with people.
Oh,
really
please
wanna
make that
do that.
happen.
Yeah, if you're still here, you gotta like us a little bit.
Even if you don't like, that's even better if you don't like us. Share this,
Yes.
get a live stream going, and then you can.
Or just go straight to TikTok, red, white, and blue dot life. You don't even gotta watch fucking videos. Just click the little follow button so then you can argue with me and him. It doesn't have to be a 2-on-1.
Yeah, that's not fair. I'll just be the moderator.
You seem to be more middle than me.
Oh, I'm for sure more middle than you.
Yes. So you can argue with me and he'll moderate.
Yeah, I like that idea.
And he'll also keep a score.
Yes. You know what? And if you win, we won't put your name on the flag. We will put your name somewhere.
We will find places
Yeah.
to put names. All right, guys.
We're going to tattoo
our ass cheek
of your TikTok name.
I really hope it's 4 Doors More Horse.
All right, guys. We will catch you next year.
See you next year.
All right, later.